It's only me, Claire Baker, former clutterholic, founder of clutterclearing.net, bringing you my weekly vlog about my own clutter clearing journey, which is my weight loss clutter clearing journey. We are indoors today, I'm afraid, not got the backdrop of the garden because it is raining. It is a miserable day out there. You might be able to hear the rain on the roof of the office. Even the cats are in here with me because they don't want to get their hair wet. So yeah, it's pretty miserable out there. Good day to be doing our clutter clearing though, because we don't mind. We're not missing out on not being outside. It's very definitely the start of the new term, isn't it? Lots of children back to school today. So it kind of feels like that new fresh start. And I feel like I've kind of got a new fresh start with my weight loss journey. I have lost 3 pounds this week, which means that I have now lost 101 pounds and a half, which is the most amount of weight that I have lost. I haven't been near this mark for 4 months when I plugged it in my spreadsheet this morning. This is the most amount of weight I've lost. I have bobbed up and down, plateaued, stalled, whatever you want to call it, over the last 4 months, and it's been really, really frustrating. But actually, my realisation last week that I just need to do the doings, stick to the programme, and not have any carbs and sugar has paid off. That is what has caused my 3 pound weight loss this week, is the fact that I haven't eaten carbs and sugar. Obviously, there's been some carbs and some trace sugar in the foods that I eat. No, there are certain foods that are not completely carb and sugar free, but I've eaten the right food for the eating program that I'm on, and it has paid off. So in terms of the 7 success factors, the first one, which is feedback and learning. Oh, there's been a lot this week. There's been a lot. Really, really simple. If I don't eat carbs and I don't eat sugar, I lose weight. When I do eat carbs, when I do eat sugar, or rather when I do eat obvious carbs and obvious sugar, I don't lose weight, or I put on weight. How do I know? Well, this week I haven't, like I say, eaten any obvious carbs, any obvious sugars. What I had been doing, if I'm brutally honest, only with you, and with Marissa later when I see her, is that I had fallen into that bad pattern that I used to do when I was doing Weight Watchers, the two times that I did it. When I was doing Weight Watchers, if I had had a weight loss on weigh-in on a Wednesday night was the night that I would go out and just pig out. I would get fish and chips, I would get Chinese takeaway, get pizza. That was the day that I would blitz it, going, oh, I've got a week to lose it. And I think I'd kind of fallen back into that pattern with my weight loss journey. And as with the Weight Watchers, it got to the point where even if I hadn't had a weight loss, I was like, oh, what's the point? I'm going to pig out tonight, and then I've got a week to lose it. So whereas it started out being a reward, then it became a comfort as well. And I think I was kind of doing that with this as well, a bit in denial. So I would have some biscuits, for example, on a Tuesday. And guess what? It showed up on the scales. What it's taught me is that I really am that sensitive and addicted to carbs and sugar. It took me all of last week, the previous week, to get that sugar and carb out my system. And I only realise that now because I feel lighter, I feel cleaner, I feel more alert, and it is all down to those carbs and sugars. And I haven't felt this way for a long time. So in NLP we call it anchoring. I need to anchor this feeling so that I can remind myself of this is my sweet spot, this is my sweet zone of, not sweets, sweet. This is the good zone. When I feel like this, I am losing weight. I am healthy. I am clean of carbs and sugar. Anything other than this, and I'm not in a good place, and there will be carbs and sugar in my system. So yeah, really, really valuable feedback from this week. I think I've also realised that it's a bit, I feel like this week has been starting a new journey. I think I had reached a point 4 months ago where I had lost so much weight and so many people had commented on it and my brain was catching up. But I also feel as if I've almost had to have this time of getting used to this weight, this body. And in a way, because people aren't commenting on it now, because I'm not noticing it, because I'm not having to buy new clothes, it's almost like, right, and again, let's start again. Because this is my new normal weight. In a way, me at my heaviest is so far removed from who I am now that in a way maybe that wasn't enough of a motivation to keep me going for this last little bit. Whereas where I am now, that's who I am now, and therefore it's not that big a distance to who I am going to be once I've lost this last extra bit of weight. Does that make sense? Do I sound crazy? It is so long since I was as big as I was. So, yeah, if you like, the me before this week was, well, that's who I am. I am the girl who's lost 7.5 stone and who have had lots and lots of people notice it and comment on it. And I suppose in a way that's almost a motivation now. I want people to start commenting again on how great I look when I get to goal. Now, that's not saying that I am dependent on other people's opinion at all. I can really focus on, gotta wear a bikini when I get there. I am very much doing it for me, but the the other people's awareness and commenting does help, but it is not my motivation. I'm not doing it for them. I am doing it for me. That is really, really, really important. If we do things to please others, we're never going to maintain it. And I have to be kind to myself and say, hey, I've maintained it for 4 months. I may not have lost, but I have maintained. Yeah, I've gone up a pound, down a pound. I've lost that pound so many times. I probably lost a stone in losing one pound. But, you know, I didn't pile the weight back on. So that's huge progress. What else? Yeah, there's been an acceptance. There's been an acceptance that I am carb and sugar addicted. A bit like an alcoholic who has to stand up and say, my name's Claire, I'm an alcoholic. I'm not, but my name's Claire, I'm a carb and sugar addict, is kind of what's gone on. And realising that I am just so much happier, I feel cleaner and my body feels healthier for not having carbs and sugar in it, which is good. And I felt quite proud of myself as well, of feedback. I felt quite proud because on Saturday, my husband and I spent the day in a lovely Cotswold village town called Moreton in the Marsh. We had a friend who was doing the show there, and for various reasons I ended up spending the day with my husband there. That wasn't part of the plan. We were supposed to be working, but it's fine. And we went into this tea shop. I said, come on, let's go get a cup of tea. We love our tea. And he had a scone, with the jam and with the cream, and I didn't. I said no. And what was really interesting is that the waitress said, the waitress was the owner, she said, you know, Keith, right, scone, and you'll have a scone? And I said no. And she said, oh, go on, just treat yourself. And I said no. I said, I don't eat carbs, I don't eat sugar, but I will eat any of the cream that he doesn't eat. And I said, you know, I've lost 7.5 stone, so I don't want to jeopardise it. So she became quite curious when I said that, so she went off. And when she came back with the tea, she said, oh, so have you done that? And I explained. And she was really, really interested because she'd been reading various things about, if you like, this concept and she knows that she wants to do something similar. She's in a place where she wants to lose some weight. So it was quite interesting because she sort of came over and we were having conversations in between her serving other customers. And again, that was just a real boost for me, I think, of, you know, yeah, this is reminding me that this does make a difference when you stick to it. And you do have to be strict. Well, no, I have to be strict, because I am so sensitive to the carbs and sugar. Other people may not be as sensitive to the carbs and sugar as I am. We're all on our own personal journey. And it's the same principle with clearing the clutter in our home. You know, we know whether we're more likely to impulse buy when we're out shopping or not. So again, depends kind of your sensitivity level, I guess. So yeah, so lots of feedback and learning from this week. But just, I feel like I'm back on the road. I feel like I'm no longer at the service station. I am on my weight loss journey properly again. Time and patience, second success factor. Core, 4 months at that service station. But patience, because guess what? I got there. I figured out what I was kind of doing wrong. And yeah, and I will get there. I know in my heart I will get there. I've always known I will get there. It's just that learning, that's the self-sabotage. We do it, don't we? Sabotage. Why do we do it? Fear. Fear. Fear of failure. Fear of success. That's a biggie. I think mine is more of a fear of success than a fear of failure, actually. Number 3, doing the doing. I've been swimming 3 mornings over the last week. Much happier now I'm doing my swimming, because that's a good toning exercise. I'm doing my swimming. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we go to the gym in the evening, and I'm doing my swimming Monday, Wednesday, Friday in the morning. There will be additional motivation because my husband has just got a part-time job, mornings and evenings. And he is going to have to be at work by 7 o'clock in the morning. Now, normally I would leave to go to the swimming pool at 7, but he has to be at work, I think it's 4:07, so he will have to leave at 6:30. So our routine is going to change. So I will actually be leaving to go to the gym at 6:30. Hopefully I'll still get my swim lane. Yeah, so again, we'll be actually able to motivate each other in terms of doing the doing. I've kept my numbers within their limits this week overall. Again, if I wasn't doing fast days, I would find it very hard, I think. Monday, Wednesday, Friday are fast days for me, where I only eat a 3 egg omelette with cheese, 80 grams of cheese, 2 egg omelette on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday evening. I have had some cherry tomatoes in that recently because our tomatoes have grown. Yay! Homegrown tomatoes, can't beat just going out and picking them and then putting them in your omelette. So yes, it's doing the doing, it's working. Counselling starts again this week today. Quite looking for it. It feels like forever that I haven't seen her. It must be about 5 or 6 weeks actually, because that's when I had flu and my ear infection, and that seems like forever ago. And TRE starts again this week, so that's good. And my husband's going to carry on doing that as well, because he will be home from his part-time job by then. So that's good in terms of the stress management. I haven't felt massively stressed. Felt frustrated, but not stressed. So, but again, I know that that's gonna help in terms of doing the doing. Method: stick away from the carbs and the sugar, and I will lose weight. Go to the gym and I will tone up, and that will contribute 20% of my weight loss. Exercise is 20%, food is 80%. It was interesting yesterday, we do our washing on a Monday, and because yesterday wasn't great weather, my gym kit wasn't dry in time for going to the gym. So I had to wear my old gym kit from when I was bigger. And it was actually a really nice reminder of how big I was, because the gym kit felt really big. I thought the trousers were going to fall down actually when I was doing the Stairmaster. So that was a really nice reminder of a physical feeling reminder of how far I'd come. Number 5, support and motivation. Again, the support of Marissa with weekly counselling, which will help with the motivation. I've also been using my own motivation with my daily affirmations that I read to myself that relate to personal and work. So my motivations. Now I've got below 200, my reward for getting to 200 was a manicure. I haven't had a manicure for years, so I must book my reward of a manicure. I can't remember what my next reward is. I think it's buying my gold dress. Number 6, planning and routine. Again, felt good this week, back into the routine of doing the exercise, doing the food, the routine, my new routine on a day like today, to Tuesday, when I do eat normally, if you like, so it's not a fast day, is actually a piece of roast chicken and some cheese, cubes of cheese. Now what's interesting with that is what I tweaked last week was, instead of eating it out the packet, which is what I was doing, I'm actually cutting it up and putting it on a plate, so visually I can see, gosh, actually that's quite a bit of food. And it's changed in the last week as well, whereas before I could eat 2 pieces of roast chicken if I just ate it out the packet. Now when 1 piece of chicken is cut into slices and on my plate, that's enough. I don't need 2. So again, the routine of eating that for lunch will come in, and the planning, so that I make sure that there's food in the house that is suitable. And then finally, the 7th success factor, gratitude, success, perspective. I am really grateful actually that I've had this really good week of reflection and realisation. It's a success because I've lost 3 pounds. Yay! And getting it in perspective, I think that comes back to the last 4 months I've plateaued because actually that was my new norm. So there wasn't a distance between where it was so far removed from where I started that it was comfortable. That's the word. I was comfortable where I was. Whereas now, where I am is no longer comfortable because it's not where I want to be. Yeah, I think that's probably what it is. I've got it in perspective. I had come a long way, but that was my new norm, my new comfortable, and now I'm going outside that new comfort zone to get a new comfort zone for when I get to go. I know, I'm crazy, but that's just me. That's why my husband loves me. That's why he married me. Okay, so I hope that's been useful for you. I hope you've had a good week. Do keep the sharing coming. Yeah, I hope the weather perks up a bit. Have a good week. Keep doing the doing, and we will all get there. One step in the right direction is always better than no step in the right direction. And even one step in the wrong direction, as long as we learn from it and adjust our behaviour according to it, it's never a wasted back step. Make sense? I shall see you same time, same place next week. Have a good week. I'm going to aim to lose another 3 pounds this week. So that's my target for this week. Let's see how we get on. All right, I shall see you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.